Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Tomica podcast edition, episode number 4. This is going to be a short episode. We're just going to be touching upon a few things because we covered a lot of news in the last previous days. But for this episode, we'll kick off the topic of the big news from Takara Tomy, and is that they will be raising their retail prices of a total of 73 items, including mini cars for Tomica, dress-up dolls for Lika, and railroad toys Plarel, by an average of 8.5%, starting on June 1st. So this is due to soaring raw material prices and distribution costs. And so pretty much the breakdown of the target products is about 12 Tomica items, 25 Lika-chan items, 28 Plarel items, and 8 items of the animation Paw Patrol. So this is something that I am not surprised about, because for those who are not familiar what's going with Japan right now, the yen is doing bad. The economy is doing bad. So things have increased in price. They don't necessarily call it inflation in Japan, but in other countries they would call it that. Everything is going up in price. Food, restaurant, groceries, gas, electricity, and it's been affecting Japan since last year. And the benefit for people overseas is that they can make purchases of Japanese things and get more for their money. But usually in Japan, especially for the United States and Japan, there's always been an almost even payoff of even balanced currency. So if you saw something that was like 5,000 yen, all the time you'd always think, okay, that's pretty much almost $50 in US dollars. But now 5,000 yen is equivalent to like almost 37 US dollars. So there is a major issue with the increasing prices and how it will affect consumers in the long run. Well, you're going to see a lot of people saving money, of course, and trying to cut costs. Granted, you're going to have hardcore fans who will purchase things regardless of the price increase, and people going out in restaurants and so forth, and people willing to pay the increase. One thing, though, is that the increases are not tremendous, but of course, for some people, it's just the constant raising of prices, because you tend to see that with certain foods, and especially with eggs and so forth. I think the egg issue is affecting globally with the increase of egg prices, but I think what you're going to see in Japan is just it's going to be throughout every industry that you're going to see an increase in prices. So don't be too alarmed of what you see with this Takara Tomy announcement. It's just inevitable. It's going to happen. And with Takara Tomy, you start to see that with their Tomix line, with their trains and so forth. So you start seeing the shift to releasing full basic sets versus just a basic set with just a few trains. And I think with Tomica, for instance, you're going to see that fire engine set that usually is priced about 2,200 yen. It'll go up to 2,420 yen. So there's pretty much a 200 yen increase. And the emergency vehicle set 5, which is about 1980 yen, will go up to 2,200 yen. So it's going to hurt somewhat, but that's where you kind of have to look for special sales. And again, with Amazon Japan, the prices are discounted already, but you do have this retail this increase in retail prices for everything across the board. So again, it's inevitable that it would happen for Takara Tomy, and you're going to see it with other companies as well. It's just the cost of materials is just going up, and this happened in the U.S. before. Well, in the United States, it's actually been a little bit more drastic. There was a time when you could buy action figures for $2.99, or even $3.99, or even $4.99, and now you're having to pay for almost $15 to $20 just for a mini action figure. So prices have increased dramatically in the U.S., and they say, it's due to oil and so forth. But you sometimes wonder, well, it went up, but will it go down? And most of the time, it doesn't go down. It just keeps on getting higher. So I think this is just the starting point. It's just the current state of the economy of Japan and what's happening also around the world. So things are just going up, and we just have to do our best and maybe not buy as much, or just cut down on costs. Who knows? It's just, we just have to be mindful of that and move forward. Takara Tomy said in a statement, although we had tried our best to maintain the prices, we have no choice but to revise the price because it is difficult to continue sales at the current price due to the conditioning rise in raw materials and distribution costs. So that's really understandable. And also, I think they know that a lot of people from other countries are taking advantage of the Japanese yen. I think that's why we saw JR East, JR West, JR in general raise the price of the JR passes for people who go to Japan and travel throughout the country and take advantage of that. But that price increase is way dramatic. That one went up by 85%, and what you're paying possibly for $200 or $300, will now be going up to close to $500 bucks. So it's double, and the sting is really felt with the JR passes. So again, that one starts on October of 2023. This one for the toys, the Takara Tomy toys increase will take place in June, on June 1st. So, yeah, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Let's go ahead and check out this little video here from Nihon Terebi News.
タカラトミーはトミカやリカちゃん、プラレールなど73品目について6月1日出荷分から希望小売価格を平均 8.5% 値上げすると発表しました。トミカシリーズは12品目が対象で最大220円の値上げとなり、例えばトミカギフト街を守るぞ消防車両セットは希望小売価格が税込み2420円になります。リカちゃんシリーズ25品目も値上がりします。リカちゃん人形は大半が330円の値上げで希望小売価格は3850円になります。タカラトミーは原材料や物流の費用高騰が続いていて、現在の価格で販売を続けることが難しいとしています。
Yeah, it was pretty much inevitable. It was going to happen regardless. But when you think about it, one company that hasn't really increased prices dramatically is in America is Hot Wheels. You could still get basic cars for under $2, and surprisingly, they didn't go up to $5, and so it's still one of the most economical toys in the U.S. For consumers and parents to easily get their children. But Tomica's price hike, they're mainly, again, it's only affecting a total of 12 Tomica items. So it looks like mainly the sets will be affected, But for the sets, I mean, already, you're getting a really good price on those to begin with. So it's not going to be a big sting, but for those who definitely want to get those sets, get it before June 1st, especially while things are on sale. You got a few more days until this Amazon sale ends for Takara Tomy products, but definitely take advantage of it while you can. In other big news for Tomica, we got the announcement that the Chikawa Tomica collaboration mini cars will be released in June 2023. So Chikawa, Hachiware, and three other little rabbit with rabbit faces were announced. You can see right there. So this is going to be part of the Dream Tomica line. And Chikawa, Hachiware, and Usagi were announced. Each character's face is designed on the front part of each car. The side is designed based on the image color, and the back part is also decorated with the buttocks of each character. Okay. Chikawa, Hachiware, and Usagi will be released on June 2023 for 880 yen. Reservations will be reservations will be accepted from the end of April 2023. So for people who are members of Online Auto Salon, they will get a new Fair Lady Z Tomica, which is not for sale, for retail. So that's pretty awesome. So these are people who applied for the new Z and the GTR Circuit Taxi. It was held as a benefit for Online Auto Salon members at Motor Fan Festa 2023. So the Z and GTR Circuit Taxi was a great success with 70 people participating. It was a rare item, not for sale, and generally not available. Applications were limited to Online Auto Salon members. And 5 people who are members can still apply for the lottery to get one. So random 5 people will be selected. Application periods from April 25th through May 8th. Again, this is only for Online Auto Salon members only, and these are provided by Nissan Motor Company. And this article right here is to pretty much promote the Tomica Expo in Osaka, which will be held for 10 days from April 28th to May 7th at Osaka Nanko ATC Hall in Osaka City, Osaka Prefecture. The Tomica Expo in Niigata will be held for 5 days from May 3rd to the 7th at the Niigata City Industrial Promotion Center in Niigata City, Niigata Prefecture. Admission is free for children under the age of 2 for both venues. So definitely check that out. Let's see here. So Tomica Expo is a very popular event that started in 2000 as a place where all fans from all over the country can meet to share their passion of Tomica. And this event will be held in Osaka for the first time in 3 years because of the coronavirus pandemic. It's restarting, and this is their first event in 3 years, and in Niigata, first time in 4 years. So, at the venue, the powerful exhibition zone with different themes every time, attractions, product sales, and those are quite popular. It also has a nice point that you can get an admission souvenir. All admission ticket purchasers will receive a Subaru BRZ patrol car. So, that is sweet. You get a special black one with the blue lights right there. Pretty awesome. Interesting, they don't put the Tomica police on here, but I think I see something right here on the end, which I can't really see that well, but I think that's really awesome. Moving down here, you can see the exposition zone of Tomica Expo in Osaka. Various types of Tomica will be displayed, including the big slider parking, where Tomica runs all at once from a large parking area. You'll see the giant diorama, the size of 26 tatami mats, and more. There's going to be a lot of powerful corners, such as Tomica variations lined up. A new product that will be featured is the Tomica Beam that can move diorama. Let's see. A new product, Tomica Beam, that can move the diorama in the exhibition hall will also appear. If you switch on the two types of patrol cars, black and blue, of Lamborghini Huracan Performante, that can be purchased at the venue for 1,200 yen each. What kind of gimmicks can people enjoy? And there'll be a commemorative photo area, such as the patrol car or a fire engine that children can take part of. Also, there will be a vast array of popular attractions throughout the event. A special event where you can enjoy a factory tour and Tomica making. So this one is a special event called Discovery Garage for children 3 years old to elementary, where they can take a tour of the factory and experience making only one Tomica in the world in a special space. The completed Tomica can be brought home in an original package with a photo sticker attached to the box. That's pretty cool. I think I talked about this one before, but a lot of there's going to be attraction sale tickets. So if you want to take part in the Tomica picture matching game, or the fishing, or the assembly factory, or so forth, there are different price points. Most of them are 600 yen. The assembly factory is 800 yen. Mini driver studio 1,000 yen. Design racing 400 yen. Discovery Garage participation event will be 2,200 yen. So now, what about for those who are looking for special Tomica releases? Well, in the shopping zone, there's going to be 6 types of venue limited Tomica event models that will appear. 2 collaboration models with Anpanman and Dokin-chan will be sold as commemorative models for the Tomica Expo. The number of each product is limited, and it will end as soon as it runs out. So if you're interested, please check it out. Tomica event model for 825 yen each will be the number 22 Toyota RAV4, the number 23 Nissan Skyline GTR BNR32 patrol car, number 24 Hino Proficia Tomica Zoo animal transporter, which has a T-bear and with a older bear and a child bear, I guess. That's what I'm guessing. Number 25 is a Toyota Dyna Tomica town cleaning truck. Number 26, Isuzu Giga Mobile Cafe Tomica coffee shop. And number 27, Subaru 360 Overseas Patrol Car Specification. Now, the Tomica Expo commemorative model, which is 825 yen each, will be the Dream Tomica Anpanman and the Dream Tomica Dokin-chan. So, I think that's really cool. There's the event for the Niigata event. Are there going to be any major differences? Let's see here. So they're going to be very similar in you just get 2 areas to visit. You go Osaka or Niigata. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. One in the west, and one going up the north. So yeah, so the again Tomica Expo in Osaka will be held. Well, actually, will cost adults 1,200 yen, children 1,000 yen, and 2 years and old and under will be free. And the Tomica Expo in Niigata will be similar as well. So Niigata is on May 3rd to the 7th, total of 5 days. Starts at 9 a.m. to 1600 p.m. And again, similar price, 1,200 yen for adults, children 1,000 yen, and free for children under 2 years old. So this is going to be awesome. I think if anything, for the adult collectors, is just pretty much these models that are events only. So hope you all take advantage. For those of you who are traveling or are living in Japan, I wish you the best in getting those exclusives and having a fun time with you or bringing the entire family. It's all good. I was looking at a few Tomica videos from Japan, and then I saw this news report, And this one was about the 50th anniversary that Tomica had, and this was during the start of the pandemic. So this was back in October 2020. And what I found interesting about this video was how it went into how Tomica has evolved over the years, and how Tomica releases reflected the state of Japan, in the state of how things were going economically. And with the Hot Wheels and even Matchbox, they tend to release, it's been consistent of just releasing a wide variety of vehicles. But one thing with Tomica is that during the 80s, when they had that economic boom over there and how people wanted luxury vehicles, they started focusing on luxury vehicles. And then of course during the boom, things changed, and then they were talking about how during the pandemic, because people were eating at home, they started releasing vehicles that reflected that. I mean, like, let's say delivery drivers. So like the Pizza Law release, the Pizza Law, I guess you could say, vehicle. They said they started showcasing that because that was how things were during the time when people stayed at home. But anyway, let's go ahead and watch this video. This is an older video, again, from October 2020 that goes into the 50-year anniversary of Tomica. That's so cool.
80台のミニカーが一斉に駆け抜けます。人気のトミカです。大阪の枚方パークで開かれているトミカ
So this is in Osaka, Hirakata Park.
ゴールデンウィークに行われていますが、今年は新型コロナの影響で延期とな
And
り、
again, this is during the beginning of the pandemic and parents taking their children for the big Tomica
平
event.
日は入場の際にもらえる記念品の種類に幅を持たせるなど、
That is so
客足の
cool,
分散にも
getting
努めています
event
が
vehicles.
この人気ぶりです。
トミカ大好きです。
These kids who love Tomica.
どこが好きですか？
サイレン。
まだいっぱい買わされると思いますんで。
特に今年はトミカが誕生して
In a way, I wish I was there during the 50th anniversary. I did get a 50th anniversary car, though.
会場の一角には各自動車メーカーがトミカのためだけにデザインした車が並びます。
社内コンペで決まった各自動車メーカー渾身のオリジナルデザインの実車も目を引きます。
Oh, 1970s, 1980s displays and vehicles and structures. That is so awesome. But it's interesting how the paint held up over the years.
80年代とか世代なんで、だからやっぱその頃の子供の時の思い出は結構蘇ってはきますけどね。
父ちゃん小さい頃からトミカ乗ってたの？
持ってたよ。どっか行ったけどな、もう。
半世紀にわたり子どもたちを夢中にさせてきたトミカ。これまでに販売された1050種類以上のトミカを見ると、日本の時代のトレンドが見えてきました。
Takara Tomy's main headquarters.
はい、こちらが初代のトミカに
There we go, some originals right there.
非常にちょっと貴重な弊社の貯蔵品ですので手袋させていただきます。
Said because these are so old, he has to wear gloves.
当時スポーツカーとして非常に人気だったフェアリー Z。
Fair Lady Z
大衆車の中でも人気だったブルーバードですとか、コロナマーク2とあと緊急車両のパトロールカーという形で
Patrol car.
ではトミカが誕生したのはどんな年だったのでしょうか。
Okay, the 1970s
高度成長期真っ只中の
and the big Osaka Expo
大阪
event.
万博が開催された年です。
Kind of reflections of the cars that were released at that time. That's how Tomica showcased their cars of what people were driving. Then moves on to the more sporty cars, which they started releasing as the Toyota 2000 GT.
高値の花の車種がトミカならわずか180円。あっという間に人気に火がついたといいます。
当時は、ミニカーといえば、他の国からのですね、輸入したミニカーというところが非常に多くてですね、国産車がその中にやっぱりないと。やっぱり日本のその子供たちに
So this is the marketing team right here, a rep, talking about how, you know, Tomica has pretty much embraced the vehicles of those certain eras in time. They talked about the side mirrors of the cars. They were not on the vehicles at that time. 1988, height of the economy. The high Saka. Boom. High society.
高級志向の高まりからトヨタのマーク2やクレスタなどのハイソサエティカーが街にあふれました。
Yep, high society cars. That was big.
もちろんトミカのラインナップにもハイソカーが登場。
The Crown 4.
しかし
Dual sedan. And of course the bubble. A lot of companies that went bankrupt at the time in the late 1990s. The bubble actually popped early 90s, but yeah, a lot of people, customer frustration about their money.
旺盛な消費意欲は鳴りを潜め、地に足のついた堅実な消費へと人々の価値観も大きく変化していきました。その頃に流行ったのが
Okay, and then this is the Jimny, the Suzuki Jimny, and the Toyota RAV4.
物の豊かさというのがバブルのところからまた違う形で変わって心の豊かさ
Again, these are reflections of what people were buying. The minivan, RV.
これまでのセダンに代わり RV が
There was an RV boom in Japan in the 90s.
選びは個性や機能重視の時代へ。さらに環境意識の高まりからハイブリッドカーも支持されるようになりました。
The hybrid cars started to become popular. And so they started releasing hybrid models.
その時々のトレンドを反映し支持され続けているトミカ。この50年で売上数は累計6億7000万個以上に上ります。
Yep.
実に
Takara Tomy has made a lot of money from Tomica.
この VTR が流れている間にも200個近くが売れていることになります。そして今注目度が急上昇しているというのが
Okay, and this is that pizza lot delivery bike. So again, a reflection of during the corona, as more companies, as more stay at home, that they started releasing vehicles that people would see often. One thing that I noticed is that it's been really difficult to get these Kamen Rider bikes. I know that I was very fortunate to get to both, but I had to pay way more than I was hoping to. But I could think 1,400 yen, and of course, with the Japanese yen being, where it's at, when the U.S. dollars was where it's at, I was able to get it, slightly cheaper than what you would see on eBay. But if you still want it, you can get it on eBay for, I think the general price is going for like 13 USD, but then you have to pay the shipping, so you're going to be paying close to $20 no matter what. But if you do see it on Amazon Japan, you just have to strike when you do see it available at a low cost, and just make sure that to make that shipping work, especially with the 25 or plus shipping, you just make sure you have other cars or other Tomica stuff included, so it makes that shipping worth it. nevertheless, this vehicle is freaking awesome. Again, this is the Kamen Rider number 2, the second version. So this is the second character in the film, and this is his vehicle. Now, some people may compare, what's the difference from the first and second, and even with the original TV series, there are some slight differences, but you do get the 2 baggies, the motorcycle in one bag, and then the stand on the second. But one thing that I noticed once I took it out and put it on, and I was just like, wow, that is just awesome detail right there. It's just a small detail that you see from the chain to these little speckles right here, and then the copper metallic paint, the rubber wheels. It just really looks nice. You can see it from different angles right here. I mean, I really like this end right here. I mean, it's just a really awesome looking bike. And again, another more close-up of that back area. It's a little dark, but you can still see it here. Tires are rubber. The other side of it, I think I actually had a close-up of the wheels here. And you do see a little of this pink logo right there on the right hand side. I'll just keep on going till but yeah, you can just see the details that are on this bike. It's just freaking awesome. I did get a macro shot of a close-up of the wheels. Let's see here if I trying to get to it, but it's actually a beautiful bike. It's actually one of my favorite motorcycle releases from Tomica. It's just really full of detail, and it really lives up to the premium side of Tomica. Again, it's part of their Unlimited because it's from a film, but it's just the look and the overall quality of this vehicle is just really awesome. See if this one loads. Here's a close-up right here. But yeah, this is the Cyclone for Shin Kamen Rider number 2. And I definitely do recommend it if you are, or if you have been curious about it. I definitely do recommend it. So this concludes the 4th episode of the Tomica podcast edition for the J. I'm your host Kennedy, and again, do not worry about the price increases. If anything, with Japan, it's happening all across the board, and don't be surprised if it does happen again a few months later. But it's just, a lot of companies are really struggling to survive. Even the bigger companies, it's happening everywhere. Electrical companies, automobile companies, toy companies, food, groceries, restaurants, you name it. And it's the current state of Japan's economy right now. But people overseas don't have to worry too much because, again, the dollar or your currency, foreign currency, may be doing better than the yen. So it's not too much of a worry overseas, but those in Japan, it does cause a pinch in the wallet, and people just have to be more mindful of their spending. But if anything, you all have a good start of your week, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.